In this video, we're going to talk about direct variation. So this is just going to be an application of linear equations. As you'll see, there's kind of like this constant that we're talking about, which would be a change of rate, which is the same as slope. So let's look at some examples. Alright, first example is that we have a table. So let's write up that table. Alright, and it says this table shows direct variation. What is the value of m? So notice there is something missing there. We want to figure out what m is. So we have to use the clues that they've given us. Because it's direct variation, we're looking for that value that is constant between all of them. So if I'm looking at 12 and I get 24, so remember x is input, y is output. So it's 12 and I get 24. And the other clue we have is we have 24, and that gets us to 48. So we have to figure out how do we get from one to another. Now remember, direct variation is y equals kx. So we're multiplying it by something to get to that number. So what times 12 gives us 24, and what times 24 gives us 48, and that number should be the same for both. So if we think about it, 12 times 2 should get us to 24. Now let's see if that works. Is 24 times 2 equal to 48? And that answer is yes. So let's revert that back to what we need to find out. This right here. So if we know our constant is 2, we're going to take 18 and multiply that by 2, and that's going to give us 36. So m is 36. Alright, next example. Determine the constant of variation. So they're going to give us something a little different. This time it's not in a chart, but it's going to give us some ordered pairs. Alright, so determine the constant of variation. So remember, each one of these is an ordered pair, xy, xy. So it's not written in a chart form or a table form like it was before. It's written in ordered pairs. So in this case, very similar, but we have to figure out what times x gives us the y. And it has to be the same. So we have to have 0 times something gives us 0. 3 times something gives us 12. 9 times something gives us 36. And hopefully that number is the same all the way down. Well, any number times 0 is 0, so that one's hard to determine. But let's look at our other clues. 3 times what gives us 12? Well, that's 4. 9 times what gives us 36? 9 times 4. Oh, so it looks like our constant of variation is 4 because that worked in all of them. Alright, last example. This one's a word problem. So Tomar's paycheck varies directly with the hours he works. Okay, so right now we know that his paycheck varies directly with the hours he works. So the way that we're going to write this is in the y equals kx format, but this case the paycheck is y. So I'm going to P for paycheck equals k times the hours he works. So K is that constant of variation. So that's what we're going to be using. Now let's keep going. When Tomar works, so let me rewrite that. Y equals KH. So it says when Tomar works 5 hours, so 5 hours here, he gets paid $60. Okay? And what they want us to find out is how much does Tomar make in 8 hours? That's our ultimate goal there. But in order to figure out the 8-hour one, I have to go with the clue they gave me. When he works 5 hours, he gets paid $60. So again, I have to find that constant of variation. So this just becomes an equation to solve. It's 5 times K, so to undo times is divide. And so then we get 60 divided by 5 gives us 12. Again, you can use your calculator. And now we want to write it again. So we have P equals 12H. So no matter what, if we wanted to figure out all kinds of hours, we would know what that constant is and we can plug it in. So in this case, we want 8 hours. So we're going to say 12 times 8 is going to give us his paycheck. And so if Tomar works 8 hours, he's going to get paid $96. All right, that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher. Have a great day.